with MMO Play, and I am here to bring you all the latest updates on MMO news. This week, Legend of Eda launches its open beta, Atlantica Online's second content release, Ascension, is now live, and Borderlands 2's newest character, Krieg, is now available. Along with the new content are some changes to older games. Elsword gears up for PvP Season 2, Renaissance Heroes is now available for download on Steam, and Trion Worlds announces that Rift is going free to play. May 16th marked the launch of open beta for Legend of Eda Vengeance, which is also known as the world's cutest MMORPG. In this anime MMO, there are 6 playable classes and 2 factions to choose from, Olympus and Titan. Be sure to choose wisely because after your character has pledged its allegiance, there is no turning back. But fear not, you can always create another character of the opposite faction if you want. There are some unique features to the game, such as costumes to choose from, which have stats just like your gear, adorable pets to fight at your side, and the most epic mounts ever. I mean, who doesn't want a giant angry bear carrying them around? Along with the launch of open beta came new features, such as the new fishing and weather system, as well as new shiny wings available for purchase with God Points. This open beta is the final release, which means characters made during it will not be wiped when the actual game launches. It's always important to remember that open beta is still a testing phase, just a more polished and close to complete game. So don't be surprised with imbalances and changes that might occur before the official release. Atlantica Online's newest patch, Ascension, is now live. This is the second of 3 content releases that are scheduled, with the third, Judgment, following in June. This patch introduces a new mercenary, Chironia, or Chironia. I'm not really sure, I'm horrible at pronouncing names, so if you have a better idea, let me know. Chironia is a bow-wielding creature who deals high fire damage with each basic bow attack. She also has skills to buff party members and debuff her foes. Players have a chance at recruiting her when running the level 155 Centaur Hero raid. There's also a new dungeon, the Transcendent Temple, where something dark and corrupt is eating away at the land. Complete the new line of quests along with their foes to keep the corruption from spreading and to claim a shiny new ring for your character. Along with all the new in-game content came a raised level cap of 160. This cap brought with it new talents for all classes to make them stronger, faster, and of course, more lethal. There have been 3 talents unlocked for each class to focus on enhancing both their teamfight utility and solo potential. For a more in-depth overview of the talents, check out their site at atlantica.nexon.net. Borderlands 2 takes a huge risk with introducing a new character after game launch. And on top of that, they're asking players, season pass or not, to invest another $10 just to play him.
Don't you know I'm loco?
Crazy? Maybe so. But then again, so is Krieg, the 6th Volt Hunter, who was released this Wednesday. So what's so awesome about Krieg other than the fact that he sports a buzz axe? Well, he's a high-risk melee brawler with multiple psychotic personalities. One being a raging lunatic and the other a calm, level-headed guy. Players will deal with these psychological debates between the 2 halves at random intervals throughout the game. He has 3 different skill trees to choose from: Mania, Hellborn, and Bloodlust. To find out more about this insane killer and his skill trees, check out the Borderlands 2 website under the character selection. Elsword launches its Season 2 of PvP with some major changes and new content. With updated PvP quests and new items, this season is geared for veteran and beginner PvPers alike. Players can learn the ins and outs of PvP with a newly expanded PvP story quest system. Completing these quests will reward you with items that will help you in your future battles. To ensure players are in the correct tier, new PvPers will have to complete 10 arena matches before being placed in a rank. As for the veterans, your Season 1 records will not change, but your ranked points and wins have been reset. You can also breathe a sigh of relief because although Season 1 equipment is no longer available to buy, what you do have won't be deleted. Due to the difficulty of balancing PvE and PvP, the game designers have decided to completely separate the skill damage modifier of both. This means that the damage you deal in PvP is now separate from the damage you deal in dungeons. To ease any confusion of stats, they have added a new character UI to display PvP and PvE stats separately. Renaissance Heroes is now available for download on Steam, and with it comes some juicy rewards. Producers of the game say that Steam is a premier destination for PC gamers, and they feel like these gamers are the perfect fit for Renaissance Heroes. They hope by doing this to increase the competitiveness of the game and bring a mix of new players to the already established community. Renaissance Heroes is an MMO FPS that takes place in the 16th century. Unlike most militarized FPS games of today, Renaissance Heroes takes a different approach and creates a unique blend of fantasy where characters battle to find the blueprint for the Da Vinci machine, a device said to grant its possessor with everlasting power and wealth. To celebrate the Steam launch, they have released a new character, Alphon, an explorer in search of glory and fame, to join the other 7 heroes in the battle to find the blueprint. In addition, all players who register for the game through Steam will receive a permanent Steam banner that grants additional XP when equipped. And you better hurry, because for 1 week only, players will have the opportunity to purchase bundles of costumes and weapons for 75% off in the Steam shop. Rift joins the ranks of many other subscription-based games turned free-to-play, such as we saw earlier this year with Star Wars, Aeon, and Terra, who all tossed aside their subscription-based system and joined the free-to-play business model. Trion Worlds announced that Rift will transition over to the free-to-play model starting on June 12th of this year. This model has no trials, tricks, or traps. From every dungeon, raid, zone, and level, the whole world and its future expansions are free. Rift will still keep subscription available for extra perks such as faster mounts and more experience, but will not be mandatory to play the game. They will also be introducing Rex, or Rift Exchange currency, which will grant store credits to your wallet when consumed. But before consuming it, it can be traded with other players or sold in the auction house. This will allow for players to earn credit while also setting its price, thus limiting the negative influence of gold farmers on the game. Over the next couple of weeks, Trion Worlds will be holding live streams at twitch.tv/Trion Worlds to go over the plans they have for the game. Alright guys, that's it for this week's MMO update. Thanks for watching, and remember to like, follow, and subscribe for all the latest updates. I'm Ashlen, and I will see you next week. But until then, keep on gaming.